Guess what day it is? It's Watch Wednesday. Come on. What do you mean? Whatever we're gonna talk about. We already covered tearjerkers, what Disney movies, Stranger Things, my Netflix watch list. So what's next? I know! Adam Sandler! Okay, this is episode 38. We are in the middle of week 8 of Simply Terrifying. And this is Watch Wednesday, Adam Sandler. Now, there are two kinds of people. Well, we'll say 3. There are diehard Adam fans, okay, who love him as an actor, love him as a person, think he's just, like, great. And then there are people who are like, oh my god, another Adam. And then there's, like, the in-betweeners who can watch his stuff, and it's like, you know, some made me laugh, and some are, like, complete trash. It is what it is. Kind of indifferent, you know what I mean? I tend to lean more on the yay Adam side, but there are some things that he's made where it's just like, so let's dive in. Let's go. We're just going to go over some of Adam's movies that I've seen, some that I haven't seen, what I think, because this is what I do on Wednesdays. You know what I mean? So if this doesn't interest you, fuck off! I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Reel it in. Come on. First one, Click. These are in no particular order, by the way. And there are some that I have not seen, but no particular order. We're just starting from the go. So the first one, Click. This fucking movie makes me cry every time. You know why? Because it's one of those, I see it like he gets wrapped up in his work. He really wants to, you know, have all these things. He wants to make it to a point to where he can coast at work. He can have the good life. His kids can have the good stuff and just like all this stuff. So he finds this remote, you know, given to him, allows him to kind of get through shit that annoys him in life. But with all the good things comes consequences, and by the end, you know, like he's divorced, like he's missed his kids growing up and all of this stuff, and he ends up, you know, having this wicked fucking heart attack, and just, it is this crazy thing that ends up being a complete dream. Spoiler alert, by the way, after, I don't know. So I'm not going to do that to all the movies, but like, if you haven't seen Click by now, it came out quite some time ago, so that's your problem. Anyway, so he, you know, he gets up from his nap, because this was just a wicked dream, this whole thing, and realizes that, hey, what he has isn't fucking horrible, it's not awful, he needs to, like, be there, present, you know, and just live every day, you know, while you have it, because there are some people who won't be here forever, and, you know, I mean, nobody, I guess, but yeah, it's just one of those things. It kind of reminded me of, like, Shrek 4 with the kids, you know, where he just gets annoyed of the mundane every day, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, let me be an ogre again. And then he has this great day, but then realizes, all right, well, you don't have your family anymore, so what can you do? And then he realizes, okay, well, you know, now my day is over, and this kind of sucks, and I miss the Monday. It's all that. You never know what you have until it's gone. So, moral of the story here is appreciate what the fuck you got, because you never know who's gonna sign your contract or give you a remote to fuck it all up. So anyway, moving on. Hotel Transylvania, where he is Count Drac. Honestly, this was an awesome movie. Okay? Kid movie, animated. But the concept of it was really, really good. Now, it's been remixed, remade, redone a lot. And I think there's like 4 of these movies now. Probably could have kept it in a, you know. Yeah. I like the sequel to it because, you know, there's that. But, like, it's one of those things where if I see Hotel Transylvania 5, I'm going to have to call some BS, you know. Because I don't even think he voiced. That was true. He did not voice Drac in number 4. So I didn't even fucking watch it. You can't make a character with his same shape fucking head and then not have him do the voice. Why didn't he want to do it? Did he not want to do it? Maybe he thought, we've kind of done this guy. You know, I've done the character. I've brought him to life. I've carried him over 3 movies. Maybe this is done. And maybe studios are like, no, we're going to go ahead and do number 4. I don't know. Grown-ups. One of those where you got, you know, a lot of his... What I like about Adam is that it's really weird to say Adam Sandler. You just have to say Adam Sandler. It's just weird. So what I like about Adam Sandler is that he has like these cliques of people. Okay? You see like in, say, Waterboy, you've got like this group of people that you end up seeing through several other movies. And I just think it's really cool to even have, even if they're tiny cameos of these people. I mean, several people have that, but he's pretty fucking thorough. Another thing that I think is cool is that his wife always pops up in these movies. His wife, the same woman. He's been married to the same woman. Even his kids, like he thinks about people in his movies. And it's just like, you can kind of see, like, he references the same kind of things, you know, about his own life. And it just kind of is, like, endearing and sweet. And I don't know, some people don't even pick up on shit like that, but I think it's really cool. You know, like, there are some other people where it's like, okay, we get it, excuse me. We already know, but it's like, this is his movie, so just shut the fuck up. So anyway, Grown Ups has 2 movies, about 4 friends, 5 friends. 5 friends, okay, on a basketball team when they were kids, and then they're grown up, they have their own lives, very different people. They're a good set of movies. The first one was better because the second one, it's like, it's one of those instances where they took the goodness of the first and just thought, okay, well, we can do anything now, and it's kind of like, let's see. He was in Pixels, which if you're an old school gamer like myself, that was a nice throwback situation. 50 First Dates is one of 3 movies that he does, romantic comedies with Drew Barrymore herself. First it was The Wedding Singer, which was a great movie set in the 80s. Then there was 50 First Dates, and I believe the last one was Blended. And I want to say they're due for one. I feel like they do one like every decade or something. You're fucking due for one, I'd say. It would just be fun to watch. I don't know what the hell it'd be about, but hey. Let's see, The Longest Yard. Yes, football movie, plays a movie star that, you know, or Jesus, movie star. Hold on, he's like in Hollywood or something at the start of the movie. He's a football player who throws a game for whatever reason. Yeah, okay. And then goes to jail because of drunk drive, whatever, okay. Good movie. It's a remake of an older one and has Burt Reynolds in it, who was the star of the older one. So if you haven't seen that, I mean, just you're behind the curve. That's all I'm going to say. Happy Gilmore came out so long ago. Golf movie. You know, he was a hockey player turned golfer. You got Chubbs. You got Shooter McGavin, blah, blah, blah. 30 years later, they decided it would be cool to release Happy Gilmore 2. Well, that was one of those things that probably could have just been on its own. The only thing I like about Happy Gilmore 2, it's basically a lot of the same formula as the first movie. Like a lot. But the cool thing about it, if you've seen it and if you are a fan of all that, you know, flashbackery, I mean, there's a lot of that. It's basically a nostalgia situation. Kind of like Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice could have definitely gone without it. However, you know, you find the charm in it, in a way. I've only ever seen it once. So, we'll say that. Happy Gilmore I've seen many times. 2, I've only seen once. Just Go With It was him and Jennifer Aniston. I mean, that's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, just, I don't know where you've been. Big Daddy. Yeah. So, oh, goodness. This was after, like, he works in stages, okay? Big Daddy was after, say, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison stage, but not far. This was him being a dad to a kid that just kind of showed up, you know what I mean, that was actually his roommate's son, and blah, 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 and, you know, it ends up a happily ever after situation, but, you know, it's just one of those things. You know, a lot of his movies, now that I'm seeing, are like 6s across the board. Oh, God, stabbed to my heart. Bedtime Stories was, I get what he was wanting to do. not one of my favorites. Same with You Don't Mess with the Zohan. That was kind of one of the over-the-toppers. And then you get completely flip the script with, like, funny people. And he has a range. Like, most of his movies fall into one kind of basket. Like, That's My Boy and 8 Crazy Nights, you know what I mean? But then you get into, like, funny people, it's way more serious, or like Punch Drunk Love. I've never seen that. Guilty. But they're more on the serious side, and I think Uncut Gems falls in there with serious side. I've also never seen that one. I know, slap on the wrist. Anger Management with Jack Nicholson. I love that movie. I don't know. I don't know how you can not. I mean, there are some things that are like, really, really, but I mean, I feel like with any movies lately, or in the past 20 years, you can kind of roll your eyes at anything. So let's see. Spanglish is another one I've never seen. Little Nicky takes me way, way back. So he's, you know, the son of the devil, trying to do shit on Earth, blah, 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 to save his dad, the dying devil, because his brothers want to take over. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, again, I mean, it's got his people in there, you know, his cluster of people, and it's just a new take on the thing. Whatever. Mr. Deeds, relative to long lost and now deceased billionaire from a small town, really nice guy, blah, 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 really naive, really trusting, all that stuff. Again, this is, yeah. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. They pretend to be gay so that they can have, yeah, it's, yeah. Hustle is another one I've never seen. Reign Over Me is one I've never seen. Jack and Jill, oh my god, that might be his lowest one. I am fairly certain that one was, I don't even know. At one point, I want to say my kids were watching it, and I think I sat down for part of it, and it was just like, what? So he plays like twins himself, you know, him as him, Jack, and then him as Jill also. So it's kind of like a weird, yeah, I don't know, not my thing. He plays a lizard in this movie Leo, which I think is on Netflix. I haven't seen that. The Waterboy, of course. Murder Mystery 1 and 2. I tried to watch Murder Mystery, did not make it through it all. It's another one with Jennifer Aniston. Men, Women, and Children I did watch. I don't like that movie. It is full of, that's another serious fucking movie. Like, I don't even know why, I don't even know what drew me. Maybe because it was his movie, or he was in it. I thought, okay, let me just, but never again. Like, it just, oh, there's so much like skeezy stuff going on, cheating parents and just suicidal kids and all kinds of just, it's a mess. Like, I get it. It's a reality for a lot of people. It's just really sad to see. There's a mom, like, pimping out her daughter online, which also, I'm sure, happens a lot. But, ugh. Spaceman, never saw. I don't even know if it's out yet. Gotta be? I don't know. It's in the 5s, though. I don't know. Hubie Halloween. I've only ever seen clips of this movie. My kids tend to watch it or quote it or whatever, but there are some things, kind of like the Waterboy. He kind of has that aura about him. I've seen Waterboy plenty, but to carry, I don't know. The Ridiculous Six I've seen. That one's ridiculous. But hey, let's see. Bulletproof, going way back with Damon Wayans. It was a long time ago. I know that I've watched it. Couldn't tell you anything about it. Not at all. The Do-Over, I want to say I almost started that. That's how far I got. Sandy Wexler, no. Airheads, another one that was way back. Going Overboard, which I think might have been his first movie, is rated at a 1.8 out of 10, which is insane. I haven't watched it either. But a rating that low, I feel like I almost definitely should. So maybe I will get on that. You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah is a movie about his daughter, actually. They're Jewish. There's no covering that up in any of his movies. And you've seen his daughters in several movies, so now they're like teenage, you know, that year, so whatever, he's dealing with all of that as a dad and all that, whatever. Another one he did with Chris Rock along with Grown Ups was The Week Of, you know, white family, black family, kids getting married, so it's like chaotic, crazy, last minute, I'm sure, conflicting personalities. I know that I watched it, but again, it's just not something that is cemented in there. It's not a bad thing, I guess, but I mean, I didn't hate it. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. So yeah, what is your take on Adam Sandler? I mean, as a 90s kid, growing up in the 90s, there were a lot of his original stuff, or, you know, like completely ridiculous stuff that just kind of like carried us through. I don't know. And him being on Saturday Night Live, and oh my god, his fucking, every time he pulls out the guitar and plays something for like Chris Farley or something, oh my god, he's such a good person. Another thing I love and totally respect about Adam Sandler is when he goes out, he tends to look almost homeless. Like, doesn't give a shit what he's wearing. He's not gonna go out in Gucci fucking anything, like dressed up, matching. No, he could give a fuck. It looks like he closed his eyes, picked out some shorts, grabbed a pair of sneakers, grabbed a shirt, like completely blindfolded, threw it all on, grabbed a sweatshirt on his way out the door, called it a day, and was like, what's up? Love that. Love it. You know why? He is a human. He's not a pompous fucking dick face. You never see him plastered on fucking tabloids. He's like committed to his wife. He's all about his family. Like, he's just so, if I could meet an actor, right? And I've said this for a very long time, but if I could really meet someone and just like have lunch, just kick back and just completely bullshit with someone, I would totally use that ticket on Adam Sandler. I really would, because I don't feel like I would be disappointed. I feel like we kind of make up a version of these people in our head, and a lot of times something will happen there, whether we see it on the news, online, social media, in a fucking magazine, whatever the fuck, something happens where it just fucking flips it. You know what I mean? Kind of like the whole, if you saw Billie Eilish's, her fucking slop message at the Grammys, you know what I mean? Like, some of the people probably who really, really liked her a lot heard that and are like, you're not, like, what? I don't know, I'm just saying. He's just somebody who is consistent. He's not a flip-flopper. He's not going to conform to fucking anybody. He just is who he is. He's a total package. His movies could be their own fucking genre. And like, I'm just here. I'm just always here. It's going to be a very sad day when that candle goes out, because he's just been a brick in the foundation of movies and funny shit for me. So before we start losing it here, thinking about Adam Sandler. Can you say just Adam? Adam. No, I even think if we were at lunch, I'd be like, Adam Sandler, it's so nice to meet you. I wouldn't even be able to help it. It just sounds so fucking weird. You know, it's like, it just sounds weird. So yeah. So this has been episode 38. Watch Wednesday, all about Adam Sandler and all of his movies and the fun stuff. So if you've seen some and you like them, feel free to comment. Comment the worst one. How about that? If you've seen all of his movies, what's the worst Adam Sandler movie to you? Like, what's the lowest rated? Why? You know, is it kind of like too ridiculous, too far out of his character, like overdone and dry? Like, what is it? Let's have it. So we're going to wrap up now. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that fun shit. We have a library full of other videos. Feel free to look at. I'm sure there's one that pops up on the screen here in a second. Go ahead and give it a click, a listen, a like, a watch, whatever you want to do. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you next time. I don't know why I do two hands. I do that sometimes. Okay, we're done. Goodbye.